Alright, peace and love, shalom, brothers and sisters. All praises due unto the Most High Power, the Most High Energy, the Most High Vibration, and His beloved Son. All praises to His beloved creation, alright, and His beloved child. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Ayash Amath channel. Alright, I am Ayash Amath. I am Charles Anthony, the CEO of Edutainment Television. Alright, today we're going to get into a topic and a subject and a video entitled, You Have to Get the Woman Involved. And I want to say thank you, alright, first and foremost to James Brown, okay, for making the song A Man's World, okay, downloaded immediately, okay. I like the first one, which has a faster tempo. The second one has a slower tempo, but both of them are hot. Pay homage to your ancestors when you're playing music in your cars. Okay, download you some Sam Cooke. Download you some Otis Redding. Put it all on a CD and bump it in your car. The way you let your bass boom to the rap and to the hip hop. Do the same to the old school and just examine the energy that you attract from other people, from women, from your elders, from your ancestors, from your brothers and from your sisters of the same age. Okay, I just wanted to make that point real quick, but this video is entitled You Have to Get the Woman Involved. Why do you have to get the woman involved? Because the woman is the most effective and most proficient and efficient motivational tool for the brother, for the man, for the male being. Okay, it's a close money is a close second. Why do I say money is a close second? Money is a close second because after the man acquires his money, he will acquire assets in order to attract a woman. Okay, and the metaphysics behind that is played out in the word booty. Okay, when pirates would find gold and money and treasure in a ship, they called it booty. Nowadays, you meet a woman, you say she has a booty. So that's the metaphysics in that. But we're going to be reading out of the Apocrypha today, the King James Version of the Apocrypha. We're going to be starting in 1st Esdras, chapter 3. Okay, Esdras was one of the references that Columbus cited when he was attempting to convince other scientists that there was another side to the world and a land beyond the borders of the ocean that they seen. Okay, if you can download the movie 1492, and he makes that statement at the beginning that by him reading Esdras, he knew that there was another land that he could journey to on the other side of the ocean. And he says it at the beginning of the movie. You don't have to watch the entire movie. What else on the brain? What else is on the brain? And also remember that Columbus was a conqueror, okay, and a military leader, okay, not just an explorer. But just like today, modern technology, and just like with ancient technology, technology is brought about. If you're dealing with the Pflugeroid, the Edomite, the white man, technology is brought about for military power, okay? Not for you and me to entertain ourselves with. Cell phones, vehicles, video game modules, computers were all developed first and foremost for military use, for military power. Understand that, okay? And the black man needs to begin discussing how we can get our military in order. Okay, that is also on the table. But today, this lesson, you have to get the woman involved. Okay, right now. Okay, shout out to my girl Nanu, and shout out to the fashionable chick. You know what I'm saying? 1st Esdras chapter 3. Let's read a story, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It reads, Now when Darius reigned, he made a great feast unto all his subjects, and unto all his household, and unto all the princes of Media and Persia, and all the governors and captains and lieutenants that were under him, from India unto Ethiopia, of 127 provinces. And when they had eaten and drunken, and being satisfied were gone home, then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and soon after awake. Then 3 young men that were of the guard that kept the king's body spake one to another, Let every one of us speak a sentence. He that shall overcome, and whose sentence shall seem wiser than others, unto him shall the king Darius give great gifts, and great things in token of victory, as to be clothed in purple, to drink in gold, and to sleep upon gold, and a chariot with bridles of gold, and a head tire of fine linen, and a chain about his neck. Okay? And he shall sit next to Darius because of his wisdom, and shall be called Darius his cousin. All right? All of that is the attire of royalty, the attire of one of the leaders of the oligarchical families in antiquity. Okay? Those are the type of clothes that they would have worn. And also, it is very good to be called the cousin of someone like the king. All right, that denotes that you are related to them in the family sense. Okay, let's read. And then everyone wrote his sentence and sealed it and laid it under King Darius his pillow, and said that when the king is risen, some will give him the writings, and whose side the king and the 3 princes of Persia shall judge that his sentence is the wisest. To him shall the victory be given as was appointed. The first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory. All right, and you see that the third one said women and the truth. So he got a little shimmy in there to where he actually chose 2 things. So the candidate for the strongest things on the planet are the king, the wine, the woman, but at the end of the day, the truth. Okay? And note, please note that money, the money, like my boy the God 720 says, was not mentioned. Okay? And make sure you do that James Brown, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding thing. And just bang it in traffic, man, and realize the energy that you get. It works. How do I know? I just did it. Let's read. Now when the king was risen up, they took their writings and delivered them unto him. And so he read them, and sending forth, he called all the princes of Persia and Media, and the governors, and the captains, and the lieutenants, and the chief officers, and sat him down in the royal seat of judgment, and the writings were read before them. Now you see that? Please note, it was not only the king running this thing. This was a well-oiled machine, this empire, this civilization. You had captains, lieutenants. Everybody wants to be the man. Okay, we need captains over thousands, captains over hundreds, captains over 50s. We need order. We need organization. Like my boy Webster Griffin Tarpley says, nothing will be accomplished without organization, without one group being formed. Okay? The Illuminati that runs the world is one group. The Black Hand, the Freemasons, the Skull and Bones, okay, the Knights Templar, the Club of Rome. They all come together. They're organized. Organization. Okay, one group. Okay, you can have your Hebrew Israelites, your Moors, your Cometians, your Lemurians, but we need to come together. Okay? A coalition, a council, a commission, like the mafia families. Think, people. Let's read. And sending forth, he called all the princes of Persia and Media, and I already read that. Verse 16. And he said, call the young men, and they shall declare their own sentences. So they were called and came in. And he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first who had spoken of the strength of wine. And he said thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine. I have an uvu call. Nanu. Nanu. No, yes, I see him on your back. Yes, I see him.
I can't hear you.
Yes, I see you.
But I can't hear you.
I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back. Give me a second. Give me a second. My microphone is not working on my laptop, and that's a problem. Anyway, let's read. And he said thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine! It causeth all men to err that drink it. It maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one, and the bondman and the freeman, of the poor man and the rich. It turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. It maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor. It maketh to speak all things by talents. And when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw out swords. See that? It says, and a little after they draw out swords, because if you drink too much, eventually you and your friend will begin to argue. All right, and if you're in a big group, more than likely two of them will begin to argue and will begin to attempt to get physical. I've broken up many fights with my friends where they were just simply too drunk. At the club, niggas always fighting. They're drunk. And then you got the demonic and aggressive vibrations and negative energy coming out of the music. All right, but that's another topic for another video. Verse 23. But when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done. You might wake up in the morning like, damn, blacked out last night. I don't even remember driving home. Okay, let's read. O ye men, is not wine the strongest, that enforceth to do thus? And when he had spoken, he held his peace. Chapter 4, 1 Esdras, in the King James Version of the Apocrypha. I hope you're following along, and I hope you're downloading your James Brown, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Anita Baker in Chapter 8. All right? I just want to be your girl. All right? The ladies need to get on that. You ladies need to start listening to some oldies and goodies. Okay? And you men. Chapter 4. Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land, and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty, for he is the Lord of all these things, and have dominion over them. And whatsoever he commandeth them, they do. If he bid them to make war, the one against another, they do it. And if he send them out against the enemies, they will go and break down mountains and walls and towers. They slay and are slain and transgress not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they will bring all to the king, as well as the spoil and all things else. Likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, when they have reaped again that they which they have sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. You see that? You see the subconsciousness in that? They compel each other to pay tribute to the king. See, we feed off of one another to stay in this society, to pay our taxes, to be law-abiding citizens, you see. There's strength in numbers, all right? A group mentality, you see. We keep one another in the system, okay? If everyone was out in the street revolting, I mean everyone would follow suit, you see. If you're young and athletic, of course, not your old folks. Verse 7. And yet he is but one man. If he command to kill, they kill. If he command to spare, they spare. If he command to smite, they smite. If he command to make desolate, they make desolate. If he command to build, they build. If he command to cut down, they cut down. If he command to plant, they plant. So all this people and his armies obey him. Furthermore, he lieth down, he eateth and drinketh, and taketh his rest. And these keep watch round about him. Neither may anyone depart and do his own business, neither disobey they him in anything. O ye men, how should not the king be mightiest, when in such sort he is obeyed? And he held his tongue. All right, so that was the discourse about the king. Third man. Let's see what he has to say. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or have found lordship over them? Are they not women? Quick precept. Quick precept coming up. Let's read. Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. You see that? So he was telling him, like, it cannot be the wine because the women bore the men who made the wine. Okay? The earth, Mother Earth. What are you made of? Dirt and ashes. You came from the earth. But where did you really come from? You came from your mother's womb, Mother Earth. Do you see? You came from the woman, and you also came from the earth. That's why you need to eat food that comes from the earth. Fruits, vegetables. Do you see? Let's read. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. One more precept. Two precepts coming. This is Ecclesiasticus 36 and 22. Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 36, verse 22, it says this: the beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. There is nothing in this world that a man loves more than a beautiful woman. Okay? Another precept. It's coming from the New Testament. As a matter of fact, it's coming from 1 Corinthians. It's coming from 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, I think. First Corinthians chapter 11, if I'm not sadly mistaken. Bear with me, I know you will. Here we are. Here we are. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 8. It reads this: for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Okay, we're going to skip down. 1 Corinthians 11 and 11. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. But all things of God. See that? See that? So let's continue to read. Yea. Matter of fact, we're going to read verse 17 again. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. And without women cannot men be. Yea. And if men have gathered together gold and silver. See that? Remember at the beginning of the video when I said money is a close second, because with the money, the man will acquire a woman. Let's read. Yea, if men gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty, and letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast upon her, and have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. There is another precept. And the writings of the ancestors is dead on. You see? Because Genesis chapter 2 and 24 says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. The writing of the ancestors is on point, because if a man could get him some without working, without being clean, without taking a shower, if he could still get him some, that's exactly how he would live. Do you see? But if you told a man, you can be successful, you can have a career, you can have jets, you can have businesses, you can have all of the money and gold in the world, but you can never touch a woman, he would quickly and in a timely fashion decline that offer. Let's read. Verse 21. 1 Esdras chapter 4. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil, and give and bring all to the woman? See that? And understand, I did not read this before I decided to read this to you right now. You see, I was riding in my car, playing my James Brown loud, my Sam Cooke loud, attracting that energy from everyone that I rode by. All right, there was traffic. One lane in the tunnel was closed. And the James Brown, A Man's World. So I said, when I get home, I will read to the people 1 Esdras. Okay, let's read. Yea, a man taketh his sword, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sell upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. Another precept. Understand, I did not have these, I did not have these precepts prepared, but, you know, I come off the top with mine. It's easy. It's easy. We're going to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 26 says this, for by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. It says, for by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread. 1 Esdras chapter 4 verse 26 says, yea, many there be that have run out their wits for a woman, and become servants for their sakes. Do you see the writings of the ancestors all go hand in hand? Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. And now, do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him, and Apame, the king's concubine, okay, this is the king's girlfriend, all right, he already dispelled the thing about the wine, because he said, dude, women bear the men that make the wine. Now he's about to dispel the strength of the king when he shows you how the king bowed to a woman. All right, so the first two, he shot a subliminal at the first two guys and took them out. How Machiavellian is that? How smart is that? Understand, everything is strategy. Everything is tactical. Everything is warfare. Machiavelli the Prince. Read it and weep. It says this. Get your political science game up, man. Shout out to the guy 720 once again. Shout out to my boy Zone down in Alabama, too. Alabama to Chicago. Shout out to my boy King Solomon, man. You know what I'm saying? It says this. Yea, did I see him in Apame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bartachus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head, and setting it upon her own head, she also struck the king with her left hand. So she took the crown of the king and smacked him in the face. And yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with an open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter. Fain to flatter. That she might be reconciled to him again. So if you get in the doghouse, you need to feign to flatter. O ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? Then the king and the princes looked one upon another, so he began to speak of the truth. O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course. For he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day. 1 day is 24 hours. The sun travels a course. All right? In 1 24-hour period. That's why you have day and night. The sun does not sit still, okay, in the center of the universe. Understand. Understand. Overstand. And understand. Verse 35. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth and stronger than all things. You see that? Because the most high power, the most high energy, the most high vibration of the universe is the truth. I am that I am. I am that is. I am the one that exists, the thing that exists. You see the power, the energy. The thing that makes the clouds move. The thing that makes all the waves come in at the same place on the tide. That energy, that power, that force, the most high power. Do you see? Let's read. All the earth calleth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. I got a precept for that, but I gotta find it. All right, I found the precepts. You ready for the precepts? Here go the precepts. This is Ecclesiasticus 17 and 16. It says this. Every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts for stoning. Now, let's see why they could not. This is 2nd Esdras 3 and 19. And thy glory went through 4 gates of fire, and of earthquake, and of wind, and of cold, that thou mightest give the law unto the seed of Jacob, and diligence unto the generation of Israel. And yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, that thy law might bring forth fruit in them. For the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed, and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. Thus infirmity was made permanent, and the law also in the heart of the people, with the malignity of the root, so that the good departed away, and the evil abode still. Do you see? Now, every heart is given to wickedness from his youth. Now, watch my video entitled The Bible on Raising Children. How do you get that wicked heart away and out of your child whose heart was given to wickedness from his youth? Proverbs 23 and 13. Withhold not correction from the child, For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. Understand. Understand. Romans chapter 8 verse 20 in the New Testament. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. Do you see? By reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. You were made subject unto vanity in order to be subjected unto hope. Who is the him? The most high power of the universe. The most high energy in the heavens. Do you see? Are you seeing? Okay. Let's read on in 1 Esdras. 1 Esdras 4:37. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them, and their unrighteousness also they shall perish. And as for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. With her there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do well like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the God of truth. Blessed be the power of truth. Blessed be the thing and the existence, the energy and the vibration that is the truth. Understand? And with that he held his peace. And all the people then shouted and said, Great is the truth, and mighty above all things. Then said the king unto him, Ask what thou wilt more than is appointed in the writing, and we will give it to thee, because thou art found wisest, and thou shalt sit next to me, and shall be called my cousin. You see? Then he said unto the king, Remember the vow which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day that thou camest to thy kingdom, and to send away the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomite burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans. So in winning the contest, he reminded the king that the king made a vow. Darius made a vow to continue the vow that Cyrus made, okay, to send the vessels that were stolen out of the temple by the Chaldeans and the Edomites. Okay, Cyrus and Darius vowed to send those vessels back to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. So winning that contest with his wise sentence that the woman and the truth were stronger than all, he held the king to his word, and the temple was rebuilt, led by Ezra, Nehemiah, Zerubbabel, the governor. You see. So that's it. You have to get the woman involved, because above all things, the woman is strongest. And above the woman, the truth is the strongest. But see, the truth will always abide. You don't have to get that involved. You don't have to do anything for the truth to reign supreme. You really don't have to do anything for the woman to reign supreme. But it's time to. You see. And it will come naturally. It will be easy to get the woman involved, because the woman wants to be involved. The woman is in a schizophrenic and insane and out of order space, because she has been put there. Now you put yourself in the right position and put her in the right position. You see, as the man. This is the Ayash Amaf channel. I am Charles Anthony, the one and the only. You have to get the woman involved. All praise is due unto the Most High Power. and his beloved son, his beloved child, his beloved creation, who is all of us, who is inside all of us. Shalom, which is peace.